report on Tuesday published on an article disclosing how National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu used a Kaduna-based law firm, Asta Legal, to hire DCI Group to plead Nigeria's case in Washington and convince the U.S. leader that Nigeria is seriously working to eliminate terrorists killing Christians in its northern region. All right, so I want us to talk about this generally this morning. $9 million to a lobbyist. Why? Let them go convince Trump. If you put that $9 million into buying weapons and ammunition and giving our military the drones they need to go and capture the likes of Bello Tojo, who has recently issued new threats, and people are leaving and running away from their village, will it help to make Donald Trump not to come? So we leave the most important thing to do is to go and lobby as if Donald Trump will hear lobbyists. That's the president that has warned Maduro over time. He went and captured him in his sleep. So if he wants to capture Nigerian president, how long will it take? Now the issue is that, is there anything wrong in that to lobby so that U.S. government will allow Nigerian government to rest? Well, what I'm seriously worried here is that the underlying tune behind this move is what is catching my attention. It is all about 2027 to win election, because they know that if this ever happens, he says, according to the People's Gazette, it says particularly to appease President Donald Trump and shave any plans to invade Nigeria and, here is one, humiliate his government ahead of his re-election bid next year. It's all about the election all the time. So you spend $9 million to a lobbyist. Oops. Well, according to the report, the $9 million contract valued at $750,000 per month carried the signature of Asta Legal Managing Director Oyetunji Olalekan Teslim and DCI Group Managing Partner Justin Peterson, a key Trump ally who served on Puerto Rico's management board during his first term. The money was paid weeks after Mr. Trump redesignated Nigeria as a country of particular concern due to what he described as unchecked killings of Christians. Now, what do you make of this story? Oh, me tabo. I'm trying to laugh. I'm trying to appease myself because I'm in a survival mode now. Well, 4 days after the transaction was sealed, the U.S. leader imposed a partial travel ban on Nigeria seeking to enter the U.S., blocking tourists, business, and student visas applicants, citing visa overstays and the absence of reliable security framework to vet their applicants. Okay, as if that is not enough, just today, we are hearing again that the U.S. visa shockwave, Trump has ordered that Nigerian visas should not be processed, and about other countries that are there. So at the end of the day, is there any truth to what the president and everybody is doing? All this is just stop killing Christians. That's what Donald Trump said. So the genocide claim is the pushback over FG. Even almost every newspaper is carrying this deal. So the 12.8 billion naira, that is what that $9 million amount to. They're paying $12.8 billion naira to a U.S. lobby. Wow. How much was the mark for student loan again for the first time? Was it not 5 billion? 5 billion for the entire Nigerian students loan and 12.8 billion naira for lobbies just to maintain you being in government so they don't humiliate your government before the general election where you're seeking re-election. Well, our priorities are now very clear for everybody to see. So what do you make of this story? That is what we will be discussing today, everybody. Welcome aboard to the main event on radio. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. My name is Barry Cosmos, the Radio Marshal. One on radio, the Kenzie on radio, yo, big brother. And by the special grace of God in a survival mode today, after Super Eagles and Chelsea broke my heart. All right, let's move on now to the newspaper review segment of the People's Program, where we bring you all the details on the newspapers. Don't touch your dial. I will be right back. All right, let's start up with the Punch newspaper this morning. On the Punch newspaper, U.S. visa shockwave. Trump order may delay 5,000 intending Nigerian immigrants. All right, if you know you want to go to the United States, this is not the best of times to apply to the United States at all. Well, no fewer than 5,000 intending Nigerian immigrants to the United States may be delayed following the new visa restriction imposed on Nigeria and 74 other countries by President Donald Trump on Wednesday. Data from the U.S. consulate in Lagos show that 5,626 immigrant visas were issued in 2023, up from 4,219 in 2022, an increase of 1,407 visas within a year. Well, an analyst by The Punch indicates that at least 5,000 immigrant visas granted to Nigerians annually could be affected by the latest measure, which seeks to restrict the entry of foreigners intending to live in the United States. Additionally, a total of 70,621 Nigerians were issued U.S. visa, immigrants and non-immigrant visas in 2024. 70,000 of Nigerians all running. And people think it's good. Well, a breakdown reveals that 313 non-immigrant visas were issued to Nigerians, with Abuja accounting for 30,222, while 33,091 were issued in Lagos. Also, 7,308 persons obtained U.S. immigrant visas during the period. Confirming the development, a State Department spokesperson said the State Department is pausing immigrant visa processing for 75 countries. Well, you can get the rest of that story on the Punch newspaper. Yes, all this is intertwined with our conversation later on today. We also have other stories. Kogi invalidate fake land titles and reclaim properties. Okay. Atiku salutes troops on Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Yeah. Thai minister orders probe after second crane collapse in 2 days. And of course, AFCON 2025, Nigeria remains proud of you. FG tells Super Eagles, and FG orders bank fintechs to remit VAT on service fees. Oh boy, they have started. FG and ASU unveil agreement to end strikes, varsity closures. Wow. The news says the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities on Wednesday unveiled a renegotiated agreement aimed at resolving long-standing disputes in Nigerian tertiary education sector, resulting in incessant strikes and closure of universities. The 2025 agreement is the conclusion of a renegotiation process that began in 2017 to review the 2009 FGASU Pact, which was due for revision in 2012, where several committees set up under past administration, chaired by Wale Babaleka, Monzal Jibrin, and Nimi Briggs, failed to deliver a final agreement. Where the breakthrough came under the current administration, which inaugurated the Yayali Ahmed-led renegotiation committee in October 2024. While an agreement was reached about 14 months later, focusing on improved conditions of service, funding university autonomy, academic freedom, and broader reforms to revise sectorial decay, curb brain drain, and reposition universities for national development. Well, a major provision of the agreement is that upward review of the remuneration of academic staff in federal universities by 40% with effect from January 1st, 2026. Under the new structure, salaries will comprise the consolidated university academic staff salary and consolidated academic tools allowance, which accounts for the 40% increment. Well, other details on that story, you can get it more. We'll talk about this. We'll look at time and discuss when I get more details on this particular agreement. Because one thing is to do agreement, the other is for the government to keep their own part by funding the universities and at least paying them the remuneration as at when due. FG orders banks and fintechs to remit VAT on service. That's another interesting read. Go get it. All right, we move on now to the Daily Post newspaper. Lagos 2027. Sheikh TINUBU's Guba ambition face obstacle as power brokers consider Ambode return. All right, Sheikh TINUBU wants to be governor. Oh boy. Expert offer advice as harsh Hamatan hits Kanu and disrupt economic activities, affect health. Harsh Hamatan. Where heat won't kill us here, Hamatan don't start for naught. All right, let's see how far the Hamatan will go, and crops are not yielding. Ube is not producing well because there is no Hamatan. All right, let's get other stories. 72% of Christians killed globally are murdered in Nigeria. Rep. James insists on genocide. All right, that also brings us to why Trump threatened the invasion in the first place. Members of the U.S. Congress representing Southeast Michigan, Rep. John James, has claimed that 72% of Christians killed globally were murdered within Nigeria. Can you believe that? Where the lawmaker made the claim in a post on X while reacting to a report purporting that Nigeria has been named the epicenter of global killing of Christians. He described the alleged massacre of Christians in Nigeria as targeted systemic persecution. He wrote, I have been raising the alarm on the persecution of Christians in Nigeria for years. The facts are undeniable. 72% of Christians killed globally were murdered in Nigeria. This is targeted systemic persecution. The United States and the world must not look away. Daily Post reports that the claim of Christian genocide by some lawmakers in the United States have been vigorously denied by the Nigerian government. The government believes that the security crisis affects all religion in the country and has no specific target on any group. This is where it gets messy. The question is, are the Christians killing Muslims or the Muslims killing Christians? These terrorists, they all claim to be Muslims. So when they say they are killing Christians, is it wrong? But the narrative is both religions are being killed, which is true, but definitely who is doing the killing? That is another issue. U.S. begin phase 2 of Gaza peace plan, announces technocratic Palestinian government. All right, that's another interesting read. All right, let's move on now to the Daily Trust from the Daily Post. Tax law. New tax law will help not generate more revenue. Arewa think tank. Okay, after in the next 2 minutes now, I'm going to cry. The Arewa think tank has stated that the new tax laws introduced in the country will help the North to generate more revenue and exploit the abundant natural resources in the region. The position was made known in a communique signed by the convener of the think tank, Mohammed Al-Haji Yakubu, in Kaduna on Tuesday at a sensitization program on tax reform laws by the current administration, where the communique noted that the tax law reform presents a great opportunity for northern Nigeria to wake up, become creative, innovative, and economically self-reliant. He said, our region is blessed with vast solid mineral, agricultural potential, and human capital. What the reform offers us is a pathway to responsibly exploit these resources, grow our internally generated revenue, and reduce our dependence on federal allocations. That is what the think tank is telling the North. Well, do you agree with that? Now we also have genocide claim, pushback over FG's 12.8 billion naira US lobby deal. Opposition, ex-diplomats, and many Nigerians on Wednesday reacted to the news that the federal government has entered into a $9 million lobbying agreement with a United States firm to communicate Nigeria's effort to protect Christian communities and sustain American support for counter-terrorism operations. Well, a document filed with the United States Department of Justice show that Asta Legal, a law firm based in Kaduna State, engaged DCI Group on behalf of Nigeria's National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu. Well, the documents filed with the United States Department of Justice, Asta Liga. Well, this is going to be interesting, where the agreement was executed on December 17, 2025, and signed by Oyetunji Olalekon Teslim, is the managing partner of Asta Legal, and Justin Peterson, managing member of DCI Group. Well, under the terms of the contract, DCI Group is to assist the Nigerian government through Asta Legal in communicating its action to protect Nigeria's Christian communities and maintaining U.S. support in counter West African jihadist groups and other destabilizing elements. Everything that happens in Nigeria, it turns into an opportunity for somebody. Even our government, who have bilateral relations, cannot go to Donald Trump and discuss. They have to contract somebody and waste 12.8 billion naira. Unbelievable. Anyway, I don't understand how government works, at least Nigerian government. Bandits attack Niger community and kill 75-year-old woman. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. FG pauses on tax laws guidelines and cites uncertainty. What does that mean? Let's get a little bit of that story right now and see what they mean. Where the federal government has halted the issuance of guidelines for the implementation of the new tax laws, citing uncertainty over the final version. Taiwo Oyedele, Chairman, Presidential Tax Reform Committee, has revealed. He said he had told the Nigerian Revenue Service, NRS, and the Joint Revenue Board, JRB, to wait because guidelines on the implementation of the tax law cannot be issued. Oyedele spoke in Lagos yesterday while responding to questions after delivering a keynote address on the 2026 Economic Outlook organized by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria with the theme ICANN at 60, Accountability as the Bedrock for National Development. He said concerns over whether the documents currently in circulation represent the final version of the laws prompted him to instruct his team to buy a printed copy of the law from the government printer. He said the feedback from its staff revealed that the National Assembly had taken custody of all printed copies of the tax laws and directed that they should not be sold or made available to the public until lawmakers conclude their review. Were efforts by the Daily Trust to get a reaction from the Senate spokesperson, Senator Yemi Adaramodu, APC Ekiti State, were unsuccessful, as he neither answered several phone calls nor responded to a WhatsApp message seeking his comments on the matter. All right? So that one now, uncertainty still looms. 60 years after, why Saldana, Amadu Bello, and co. are still fresh in the the memories of Nigerians. All right? A mining of carnage. And FG pauses on tax laws, FCTA to begin revoking properties over unpaid fees next week. Wike don't finish River State own. He has gone back to Abuja to continue the demolition process and season. When you see it, you then sell to your cronies. Really. All right, they give you thing, great to them, they go take them. 60 years after, remembering the bloody coup that changed Nigeria forever. That is the lead story on the Vanguard newspaper. 60 years after, why Nzorogo coup was inevitable, Major General IBM Haruna is talking. Well, this is going to be a very interesting read. Why don't you grab a copy of the Vanguard newspaper and then take a recount of what really happened? Well, Major General Ibrahim Bata Malgui Haruna, retired, was a one-time Federal Commissioner for Information and Culture in 1975 to 1977 and was former chairman, Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, from 2009 to 2012. In this explosive interview conducted by Vanguard, he has bared his mind. He delves into the history and histrionics that have continued to drive narratives which are at the once disruptive and divisive. When a call was placed to him for the interview centered around the 60th anniversary of the January 15, 1966 coup, he obliged. So go and grab a copy of the Vanguard newspaper and read for yourself what he said. I'm not going to read it for you. Just go buy a copy of the Vanguard and get more details of what he said concerning the coup. All right. 60 years after, remembering the bloody coup that changed Nigeria forever. If you go back into this history, it's a very, very important thing. Well, Brigadier General and his pregnant wife were both gunned down. The pregnant wife was said to have stood in front of her husband, Brigadier Samuel Ademolgun, the GOC 1st Division, pleading for mercy. The young army major wanted the keys to the armory. Ademolgun refused to surrender the keys. Boom! It did not matter that the pregnant wife was pleading for her husband. They were filled in a hail of bullets. They just plastered them bullets. That was the early hours of Saturday, January 15, in 1966. It was the residence of Ademolguns. Both husband and wife were already in bed upstairs when a forceful bang forced the bedroom door open. Well, Timothy, what the devil do you think you are doing? Bullier, Nigeria's 5 majors, Ademolgun was by far a senior officer to Major Timothy, so it was within his rights to ask. Well, as at that time, now these people did there, now they write the story, these people can't write this story, now film, I mean a script, who knows? But at the end of the day, it's all on the Vanguard newspaper. Go grab a copy and read for yourself. And on that note, I'll be opening up the phone lines to you now to add your voice to the conversation. Everybody, let's go talking. And of course, once you call, you can talk on any of the headlines we have read out to you this day. Any of the stories that catch your fancy, please feel free to deposit on any of them. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Those are the numbers to call. All right. Good morning and welcome to Startup.
Hello, Father Cosmos. Good morning.
Good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio, please.
I've done that already. This is Anna calling from Abado.
All right, carry go, my brother.
I had the headline you read out. Say our president to go and pay $9 million to U.S. Democrats.
Yeah, he's a lobby. He's a lobbyist.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, for lobbying.
Mm.
Have you seen what is happening in our country?
Mm.
Have you seen?
Mm.
Good morning, sir. It's all I have to say. Good morning.
Thank you very much, my brother. Okay, you want to also get the broadcast made by Cardinal Nzogu? Major Chukwuma Nzogu, leader of the coup of January 15, 1966. You want to get everything he said, grab a copy of the Vanguard newspaper, and you will listen to what he said in the broadcast after the coup was carried on. Good morning.
Good morning, very Christmas.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, the Bible teacher, also called Dr. Peters, calling from Owerri.
Dr. Peters, long time no see.
Good morning, my brother. Happy Hamatan.
Happy New Year, happy Hamatan, bro.
Yeah. Barry, anytime I hear anything about the story of the Civil War, I get interested. You know why?
You tell me.
There's a lot of distorted version of this story.
Mm.
So anytime I hear about it, I encourage people, go and buy books. Stop listening to, oral history. Because every person from every tribe will want to tell it to suit their own, people. Most of the writers write, add tribal sentiments to it. They don't tell the people the whole truth, So let people go and buy this newspaper and read. Buy the main actors, especially like, the Anambra man, Captain Ben Boulier, who wrote the 5 majors. After reading it, you get the clear truth about the whole thing. Then you read Adewale Ademoega, Why We Struck. Read it. You will get, clear idea of what happened. Because Nzongo himself never wrote. But these are the main players. After reading them, you will now know, instead of listening to outsiders, hearsay and all that, which has deceived most people, that the truth is now hidden under, and people keep playing on emotions. So read these things and get the clear. But read it with an open mind. Many people don't read books with an open mind. When they're seeing the truth surfacing and it's not, satisfying their interest, they get annoyed. So read with an open mind and let the truth remain as it is. Because the moment you distort it, tell the upcoming youth lies, you have destroyed them and their future. And even you have distorted the creation of the Almighty. So let people read instead of listening to our history. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, keep the calls coming. It's Straight Talk Live on Echo FM 100.7 with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. We are doing the newspaper review now. You can add your voice to the conversation. If you are just joining us, welcome aboard. Pick up your phone and send in your message on WhatsApp, on Facebook, or on YouTube, whichever one you feel like doing this morning. Let's go there. Good morning.
Good morning, Chief Cosmos. How are you doing this morning?
I'm very fine, thank you. Welcome aboard.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, sir.
This is Engineer Frank Uju Ebelebe, and this morning I am calling from Amausa Douglas.
Okay.
Barry, let me quickly react on the issue of $90-something million bribe to US. You see, when other countries say that Nigerians are corrupt and we do bribery and there is bribery and corruption in Nigeria, it now looks as if it's in our gene. We have almost 200 and something million Nigerians. And this particular morning they are talking about, health workers have been on strike, joint health sectors have been on strike over getting to 60 days. And the government pretend as if they know nothing about it. They choose to travel abroad for medical treatment. And the people are dying. Private hospitals are cashing out from innocent Nigerians.
All right.
And they are not even saying anything.
Thank you
and
very much.
I want to tell Nigerians that we are 200 million Nigerians, and our politicians are not up to 50 million. So it is now left for 150 million Nigerians to decide. For 50 million, Nigeria cannot decide the fate of 150 million Nigerians. It's not possible.
Right,
so Nigerians will wake up.
Thank you very much.
2027 is here.
Thank you. Please, everybody, you got to excuse me a little bit, and I'll be right back after some time out. Don't touch that, I'll be right back. apologies for everybody. Please welcome back. Sorry about that. I just had to take a call of nature. Please don't be offended. And let's continue with the program. Let's Straight Talk is still on. We are still on the reaction. Let's get some more calls. Good morning and welcome, sire. Hello, who am I line?
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome, sir.
Please, I want to call. I didn't know why I called you. I'm sorry, sir.
All right, thank you. All right, let's take some messages on our Facebook after this caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
I greet you.
Barry, how you doing?
No wahala. Welcome aboard.
Barry, I'm sorry. I'm just confused. I didn't understand something.
Okay.
Let me be sure of what you just said this morning over the media.
All right.
Barry,
Yeah, your name.
did
sir.
I hear?
Your
I did
name.
hear you say
Tell us your name and where you're calling
Nigeria bribed the U.S. government. Please, can you just take a little evaluation of that? Let me get exactly the point you made.
from. Okay, no.
Over $90-something billion. Please, let me get it very well.
All right. That is going to be what we will discuss. We'll give you more information later on the show. Just keep listening, eh? Yeah? Just keep
Hey,
listening.
Barry, Nigeria is gone and gone forever. Barry, what did you yourself say about this issue?
It's not a bribe. It's not a bribe. It's a lobbyist. It's a contract.
A lobby is an inward strategy lobbying.
Lobbying is not bribe. Lobbying is a process of negotiation, all right? So there's nothing like bribe. Okay, let's continue. We'll talk about that later on the show. Just keep listening. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello, good morning. Okay, we lost that. Let's get our callers on now. We have messages on our Facebook. Ihejeto Lillian said, good morning, Big Brother Barry. God bless you and keep your family safe. Amen. Thank you very much, Ihejeto Lillian. Kate Nwachuku says, good morning, Mr. Barry. Vobono Shamda Nolazi. What a name. He says, good morning, Big Brother Barry. May God bless you, sir. Thank you very much. Dr. Mrs. Olebra from Owerri say, how did we get here? Who led us here? Chai, what a wasteful leadership that is uncontrollably squandering all our resources. Any leadership without direction keeps running in circles with 1 step forward and 10 steps backwards. This means that they are not even ready to fight insecurity, bribing America to accept what is unacceptable. Instead of using that money to fight insecurity, and they have the mind over taxing bleeding masses to donate blood. We must all reap what we are sowing. That is the gospel according to Dr. Mrs. Olebra. Muna Chisom says the only thing I can say is which way Nigeria. Nigeria losing to Morocco is clear indication of the state of the nation. Oh boy. As for us at Chelsea FC, there's another run to rewrite the story in the second leg. I believe you, my brother. My Munachi from Irete, Owerri. God bless Munachi there. We will get it done. We will clear for the eye. No worry, only first leg, second leg day. Alfonso Chima says, good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos. Echo FM's News Year gift has arrived with quiet grace. From my workplace in New Owerri, around Nekede, to my home near Imsu Junction, the signal now stands clear and strong. I'm listening, and the sound carries easily, steady and firmly. All right, it's genuinely delightful. Please keep up the good work, and this is progress that speaks without shouting. Alfonso Chima from Imsu Junction, thank you very much. Alfonso John Maxwell says, good morning, Mr. Barry. Thank you very much, all our followers on Facebook. All right, let's get these other messages on our WhatsApp. We have this one says, one on radio. If this is true, that means TINUBU has become afraid. Anyway, Trump cannot accept such gifts. APC government is not thinking how to better this country. Look at how they have exposed themselves. This is enough to vote him out come 2027. ADC, I want to hear you on this lobbying matter. What is happening in Niger State? Killings every day. That means bandits in Niger State are not afraid of Trump threat. Barry Chukwueze played like a cheese player. I was happy for Arsenal yesterday. Arsenal on fire. All right, thank you very much, Chris. I'm going to come and be going. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you. You want to come and add salt to injury, Abi? Architects are OPZ and women from Waxley at says the Guru One Generalissimo International Barry Cosmos $9 million lobbying Trump to desist from attacking Nigeria. What a shame. What a waste, misplacement, and misappropriation. If this is true, then this APC government is the terrorist sponsoring and pampering the terrorists instead of doing the needful. What we are practicing here is no democracy. Why squander this humongous amount on selfish 2027 re-election of APC misadministration? Do not weep for the Super Eagles because it is not their fault. Nothing good will come to Nigeria until the leaders amend their ways, stop blood shed, ask God for forgiveness, and lead right. Thank you very much, Architect Sir OPZ Owomere. This one says, good morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cassie. To say that our crop of politicians do not have our interests at heart is truism. It is greatly disheartening and worrisome that in the midst of suffering, hardship, hunger, insecurity, and anger in the country, our president allocated such a humongous amount of money for his and 2IC's travel and feeding without giving a wink on the feeling of the miserable electorate. Some of us are not surprised anyway because they are riding on the worrisome docility of Nigerians. We also hear the president say with levity, we can manage our hunger. When Peter Obi told the world that most Nigerians spend their monthly earnings on food alone, Barry, I don't blame the president and his team who spend our money with reckless abandon. I completely blame the electorate who pride about the power belongs to the people, yet stand by like the deaf and dumb, watching these people deal with us like a lion tearing a goat. I weep being a Nigerian. Isn't Lady Julie Nasike sending that one with tears emoji? She's crying profusely. Oh, my God. Okay. That's one. It's very heartbreaking. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry, my very good friend and brother.
Good morning to you.
My name is Susan. I usually come from Jesus, State.
Okay.
Contrary to the views of some callers and some Nigerians, I don't think I want to blame the federal government for spending that $5 million US dollars.
9 million.
Sure,
9 million.
9 million, yeah, in order to make sure that Nigeria's image, is not being battered or smeared abroad, just like some politicians have been doing. You said to score an unwarranted and undeserved political scorecard, which I believe they will not
Hold on, Chief. Hold on. What do you mean by Nigerian image being not smeared for political chip campaign? What do you mean by that?
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask the question. I've not even asked you a question. I want to shout. Now, we have people dying, Christians killed, Muslims killed, and all that, and somebody is spending $9 million to go and lobby to change the narrative, and you say it's a political card. Can you explain that to me? $9 million to go and change Nigerian image where everybody can see the world is seeing. Do you think people don't see these things? They just hear what Nigerian government says? Is that what you think?
No. Let me tell you about it.
Okay.
If you catch your mind back very well, you will agree with me that the level of terrorism in Nigeria increased to its highest level of crescendo, even after the U.S. had declared Nigeria a country of particular concern, and then where genocidal attacks against Christians are taking place.
But that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
Well, that is my own finding. I don't know. You might have your own finding. Okay, I can tell you too that even the reports the U.S. government has been acting upon, was not based on what they saw, but based on some misinformation, sarcastic remarks from Nigerians who want to use them to achieve an undeserved political scorecard. That is the scenario that's playing out. Now, the government cannot sit back and watch their names to impact and their image is smeared, to an unprecedented dimension. That's why they're spending this type of money, to make sure that at least they collect some of this negative information so that the U.S. government will continue to actually give them the attention they're giving them now.
So what you're saying is that the intel of the United States is wrong. It's what the Nigerian government says that is right. Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying, whatever the U.S. government is acting upon, or maybe the actions based on, what they have actually said so far, may not be far from misinformation, sarcastic remarks, and negative information from Nigerians, particularly of the opposition political parties, who want to use them to achieve an undeserved and unwarranted political score.
Thank you, Chief Jude.
If you don't want to my good friend, well.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Come and be going. You want to come and annoy people this morning. I'm not going to agree you. But anyway, let's, everybody has his own opinion, but definitely that's a very passionate way of annoying people this morning. I don't want you to annoy people because if Reverend Dachelon came out screaming and shouting, showing people are dying every day. Chief Jude, if you are listening, are you aware there is one guy in Kaduna State who is called Zidane? Zidane was more like a vigilante defending his community from being killed. When the Fulani attackers came the first time, he defended. The Fulani attackers came over and over, he defended, and this time he captured and killed them for coming to kill his own people. What did the government of Kaduna State? They came and arrested Zidane, and then they tried him, and they have sentenced him now to death because he is a Christian defending his community of Southern Kaduna people. Now, this is exactly what is going on in Nigeria. Then, are you going to come and say it's to score cheap political gains? Is that what you're going to say now, Chief Jude, and the likes of you who think like that? Now, I don't pray for any of this to happen to any of us here, but by the time an inch of what people in the Christians in the north are passing through visits your hometown or your village, I don't pray that, let me not even use that as an example, you'll begin to understand. Probably you'll leave politics to the doldrum and face reality. Do you know what these guys are passing through every day? Do you have any idea they can't even worship freely? I don't understand why people play unnecessary politics with people's lives. People are dying. We should stop playing politics, and it's annoying to the people that are listening and surviving. So please, everybody, no vex. No vex for anybody. Let me just take that. No vex. This is not politics. We should stop playing politics. Not be everything that they used to play politics, Chief Jude. There are certain times you have to face reality. These are human lives dying. And then the government say Christians are dying, Muslims are dying. If Christians are dying, Muslims are dying, does it stop the killing? That's what we're saying. Government has not answered the fact that people are dying. They are saying boats are dying. That is not a Christian genocide. Then you ask the question, who is killing who? Somebody is slaughtering your neck and shouting Allahu Akbar. And then what do you expect the international community to see? Satellites are everywhere. The world is a global village, and then you cannot begin to think that people just talk because they want to talk. No, now, Chief Jude, that is way below the bed even for you. All right, Sanity Ifeanyi Chukwu said, blessed morning, Barrick. One name, hope you slept well. I didn't sleep well at all. I tell you, Chelsea and Super Eagles broke my heart. I couldn't sleep. So from Omar Bosimaino Haji, he says, the present government is full of Chibo, Anu, Ozo. Chibo, Anu, Ozo. Okay. Thank you very much. God bless you for that. On that note, we'll be ending up the newspaper review this morning. It's time for us to pay some bills, and after that, we'll be coming back after this to give you the news update. Let's go to the commercial department and play our some commercials. Thank you very much. Don't touch it. We'll be right back.
Listen to this important public service announcement. Disclaimer: Eastern Waste Management Company, EWAMAC, in collaboration with the Ministry of Transportation, wishes to notify the general public that EWAMAC has not commenced the sale of stickers or waste buckets for 2026. No person, agent, or company is authorized to sell on behalf of EWAMAC. Anyone selling or collecting money is acting illegally and will be arrested and prosecuted. EWAMAC has no agreement with any third party. Payment made to unauthorized persons are at the buyer's risk and will not be recognized. The public will be informed through official EWAMAC and Ministry of Transport channels when sales commence. For enquiries, contact the General Manager, EWAMAC, 0803 730 1632, 0803 730 1632, 0803 730 1632. Do not be deceived. Thank you for listening.
Echo FM. 100.7.
Sweet music only on your favorite radio dial. Echo FM 100.7.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Girl, let me rock your body to the song, song. Let's make love to my song. I'll give you my heart, oh, it's extra love. It be true love, I do see when I look in your eyes.
Dancehall queen, let me give you loving like a dancehall queen. Let me give you loving like a dancehall queen. Let me give you loving like a dancehall queen.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How can suspend me here? Are we your slaves?
And I'm going to win this election.
That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the fresh news people.
Welcome to the news update on Echo FM 100.7, the station with fair and balanced reporting. Here are the latest stories we are keeping tabs on. The Securities and Exchange Commission has sought the support of the Nigerian police force to intensify the fight against cryptocurrency fraud, Ponzi schemes, and other unregulated investment activities. SEC Director General Momotimi Agama said stronger collaboration is critical to protecting investors and maintaining confidence in the capital market. He noted that the move follows the Nigerian capital market's recent milestone of reaching a 100 trillion naira market capitalization. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, assured the Commission of improved cooperation, including deploying investigative and cybercrime units to curb financial crimes. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria has issued a final warning to the federal government over a circular enforcing a no-work, no-pay policy and the stoppage of salaries for members of the joint health sector unions from January 2026. The TUC described the directive as a hostile and direct attack on Nigerian workers. The Labour Center accused the Ministry of Health of abandoning dialogue and issued a 7-day ultimatum for the policy to be withdrawn. It warned that failure to comply could trigger a nationwide confrontation extending beyond the health sector. The two members of the Rivers State House of Assembly have called for the withdrawal of impeachment proceedings against Governor Similai Fubara and his deputy, Professor Ngozi Odu. The impeachment notice accuses the governor of gross misconduct, including alleged constitutional breaches. The lawmakers say their decision followed interventions by respected leaders in the state. With the latest development, 4 lawmakers who initially supported the impeachment have now expressed preference for dialogue and a peaceful resolution of the crisis. At least 6 people, including a retired Nigerian Army warrant officer and a former councillor, have been killed in separate attacks by suspected bandits in Otukpo local government area of Benue State. The attacks affected communities such as Asatu and Otobi Akpa. The council chairman, Maxwell Ogri, described the attackers as bandits posing as headers and confirmed the deployment of security operatives to the area. He added that 4 persons earlier abducted are still in captivity. And in business, the federal government has directed banks and fintech companies to begin collecting and remitting 7.5% value-added tax on selected electronic banking services from January 19, 2026. The tax will apply to charges on mobile transfers, U.S. transactions, and card issuance fees. Authorities clarified that interest earned at savings and deposit remains exempt. The directive is part of efforts to standardize VAT collection across digital financial services and boost government revenue. On the foreign scene, the Russian embassy in Nigeria has reacted to claims linking a Nigerian resident in Russia to the alleged funding of student protests in Edo State. The embassy called for stronger legal cooperation between Nigeria and Russia to properly investigate the allegations. It said 2 pending bilateral agreements could provide a framework for joint investigations involving law enforcement agencies of both countries. The embassy urged the Nigerian government to expedite the signing of the agreements. Still on the foreign scene, meanwhile, the United States has begun phase 2 of President Donald Trump's Gaza peace plan, unveiling a proposal for a technocratic Palestinian administration to govern the territory. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff said the phase shifts focus from a ceasefire to reconstruction, demilitarization, and interim civilian rule after more than 2 years of conflicts. The plan includes a transitional governing committee for Gaza and the disarmament of armed groups. While Hamas and Palestinian authorities have welcomed the move, unresolved hostage issues, Israel's withdrawal, and humanitarian challenges continue to threaten the fragile peace process. In sports, Nigerian Super Eagles were knocked out of the 2025 African Cup of Nations after losing 4-2 on penalties to Morocco following a goalless draw in their semi-final clash. Morocco dominated possession and chances, but both goalkeepers kept the match level through regulation and extra time. Morocco will now face Senegal in the final, while Nigeria will battle Egypt in the third-place match as the tournament heads to its final stages. that's all the news update at this hour as edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more news and update, follow us on Facebook, Echo FM. On X is at Echo FM_Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube is Echo FM 100.7. You can also listen live anywhere in the world via www.echofm.net. And that's the news update at 10. Thank you for listening.
Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7 brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
And by December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front. Without it, stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems. On action,
and daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk. Get straight analysis. No bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is Straight Talk, no bending corners. It's time for us to go into the nitty-gritty of our topic for today. All right, in case you are just joining us, we are taking a look at the lobbying story today. As a federal government, TINUBU pays Republican lobbyists $9 million to prevent Trump from invading Nigeria and destroying APC government. Well, it is everything on the placard to maintain power for the president. That is a $9 million contract. It carried the signature of Asta Legal Managing Director Oyetunji Olalekan Teslim and DCI Group Managing Partner Justin Peterson is a key Trump ally. So they had to find somebody very close to Donald Trump and put him as a lobbyist to speak into Donald Trump's ear that I beg now, no come destroy Nigeria APC government, and we don't want you to invade Nigeria because when you do that, you're going to embarrass the government. You're going to put their re-election bid on the very difficult part because nobody will want to see that a foreign nation is invading your country because of the failure of the government to protect its own citizens. Thus, the major underlying factor there, they say it's going to humiliate his government ahead of his re-election bid next year. Donald Trump promised to invade Nigeria. That is their own language. He never said he's going to invade Nigeria. He said he's going to come and kill the terrorists who are killing Christians. But Nigerian government has turned the whole thing into invasion. And of course, when a foreign power without an invitation from the government comes in, what do you call that? Well, you can also say it's an invasion. But definitely, are they coming? Because Nigeria has been designated as a country of particular concern, redesignated for the second time by the same president. While when you are designated as a country of particular concern, it means there are a lot of things that have to do with your sovereignty and a lot of other things that the U.S. can easily say, okay, fine, you can do this, we come do it. And that's exactly what they did. On the 25th day of December, Donald Trump announced that the U.S. had carried out military strikes in northern Nigeria, Sokoto State, specifically targeting insurgents. Mr. Trump has since vowed to conduct more airstrikes if the killings of Christians continue. Now the question is, has this continued? Has the killing of Christians continued or not? That's the question number one. Question number two, Nigeria is not relying on DCI Group alone to gain Mr. Trump's goodwill as U.S. attorney and ex-congressional foreign policy official. This is where it gets interesting. Johanna Blank also declared a $5,000 payment to write a letter. They pay you, hi God, oh, $5,000 to write a letter to Chris Smith, the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa. They pay this woman, Johanna Blank, who is also an ex-congressional foreign policy official. Johanna Blank was also paid $5,000 to write a letter to Chris Smith, who is the chair of the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa, before a scheduled hearing of the insecurity crisis assailing Nigeria. Second question, is this a bribe? Everybody out there, what do you make of this one? The first question is, has the killing stopped? Killing of Christians, has it stopped? Number two, this one now, this 5,000 naira to write later, now payment have been a bribe to go bribe the chair of that subcommittee with $5,000. As if the Nigerian person, if you give Nigeria $5,000, a very big money, you pay another person $5,000, it'll be like 5,000 naira to pay for a letter to be written. Justice Department filings identified Ms. Blank as working under Nigeria's finance ministry. A foreign woman working under Nigeria's finance ministry. She is also a congressional person, but is working under Nigerian finance ministry. But she said she drafted the letter on behalf of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Today, I just want to be giving information. I don't want to talk. I'm not going to talk. All right? Just hold on. I'll give you all this information, and later you can add your voice to the conversation. Well, I am not manufacturing this thing. You can go check the People's Gazette. It's all there. Yes, Akpabio anointed the woman, may write later, go meet this one, according to the woman, and they paid the woman $5,000 to write a letter to Chris Smith, who is the chair of House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa. What is the letter going to contain? Well, it is not genocide, it is insecurity. Oh, don't mind me. Okay. Nigeria will be honored to host you in Abuja. That's the content of the letter, at a mutually convenient date to continue these discussions and engage stakeholders from across the government, civil society organizations, and religious communities. These are all the people who don't change mouth, like even Bishop Kuka changed mouth, Reverend Father Alia changed mouth. These are the people who are shouting genocide, genocide. All of a sudden they change mouth when they don't come. So this one, what will he have said and pay them? Do you want them to pay all these people who change mouth for Nigeria? We don't know. All right, let's continue. Well, Mr. Akpabio wrote in a letter inviting the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee on Africa. He said, we can continue, we can invite you, we can sit down and discuss, all this kind of thing. Maybe my man Kechi envelope, he said, I said maybe, I'm not saying talk, before I go quote me wrong. Such A visit would rather strengthen diplomatic cooperation and provide first-hand insight into ongoing security and interfaith initiatives. Now, this move by the Nigerian government, I keep asking myself, is it what you say to the people that matters, or what the people are seeing every day and hearing every day? Which one do they believe? What do you tell me and what I see? Now, two different things entirely. How do I believe what I'm seeing is that what I'm seeing, you're telling me it's not like this, it's like this. That's exactly what Nigerian government is trying to do in that particular concern there. We're reacting to the multi-million-dollar contract. Chidi Blyden, a former Pentagon official under Joe Biden administration, said the seven-figure deal signaled Mr. Tinubu's desperation to smooth diplomatic relations with Mr. Trump as a matter of urgency. All right, everybody, just understand that one. Tinubu is desperate to smooth diplomatic relations. Well, given the ongoing strikes in northern Nigeria to root out terrorist havens, having open lines of communication across multiple sectors between the two governments is key, said Blyden, who was also involved in the deal. It is a sign that President Bola Tinubu's administration wants a relationship with Trump administration, and it is taking steps to do this through the private sector. Now, the question is that why is President Bola Tinubu not visiting Donald Trump? Let them sit down and discuss. Why spend this amount of money? It's a very simple issue. You are a president. Pick up your phone. Dodo, the Trumpy, the DT, how far are you there now? This not President Boo. If you want, now, guy, Moko sit down, oh, gist now. Why you do like this now? If we talk, let's talk. Make I tell you what in the cocoa the bee. Others can talk. That is going to be a very simple way of dealing with these. But no, the president is now going through kona, bam, hire this one, right later here. All our money, $9 million plus $5,000 don't enter just because you want somebody else to speak on your behalf. Well, government use lobbyists all the time. There's no big deal about that. But the fact is that why can't the president visit the United States president every time he go France? You go everywhere, but where your problem is coming from, you cannot go there. Why? That's the question. Last year. Okay, let's take this discussion a little bit further. Let me bring also this payment pattern. It is not today that President Bola Tinubu started paying, according to the People's Gazette. Last year, it was also reported by the People's Gazette that $2.7 million was paid to lobbyists to burnish Tinubu's drug and forgeries tainted reputation in Washington. Are you aware of that? Have you ever heard that story? Well, according to the People's Gazette newspaper, President Bola Tinubu hired lobbyists in the United States to help convince lawmakers and policymakers that he carries acceptable personal probity to lead Nigeria. While the People's Gazette can report, after suffering reputational hints that followed reports of his involvement in illicit drug peddling and certificate fraud, where Mr. Tinubu engaged public relations experts, including David Spalding of Lenape Liga based in sleepy Philadelphia suburb, to help his administration navigate Washington's concerns about his unsavory public profile. The Gazette learned via documents and sources familiar, while the Nigerian leader deemed the hirings necessary after evaluating the impact widespread coverage of its narcotics and certificate saga. Remember that time every day, what's his name? David Hundeyin kept bringing out facts and figures of certificate forgery and his narcotics case, his money forfeited and all that due to narcotics, that he forfeited his money and all that craziness that happened during the 2023 election. So that battered his image. So he needed to clean up the image, and he paid $2.7 million to a lobbyist to make sure that they clean his image in the United States of America and other Washington officials. Well, the senior administration official said under anonymity to discuss the president's key vulnerability. Mr. Spalding's firm indicated it started work in April 2024, a few months after Nigeria's interest in the scandal peaked, and the Supreme Court said it was insufficient to truncate Mr. Tinubu's nascent tenure. That was during the case where Atiku went to bring out the whole thing and take it to Nigerian court. Nigerian court said, no, it's not enough to stop Mr. President from being president, even though he forfeited money due to narcotics-related charges and all that. His certificate in school, the school say we cannot deny or we cannot confirm. I never heard that kind of story before. Well, the president feels that bad stories are impeding his ability to govern. Officials at Justice Ministry said, look, I mean, some of us know they look down on him like a pariah, which is unfair. That is why Tinubu paid $2.7 million to clear his name. Lady people, guy, I'm going to talk to this guy. Now, this is a Nigerian president, the most populous black nation. And all these things are fake, no correct. It no be news, it no be anything like that. So Mr. Tinubu has attended summits of global leaders in France, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia, among others. But those invitations were largely statutory for Nigeria as Africa's most populous and largest economy. That was what was happening. So President they go, not because of his personality, but it was because of Nigeria as the most populous black nation. That was one of the reasons why he needed to clear his image and all that. What Mr. Tinubu really wanted, the aide said, was to begin special foreign policy concessions, similar to how Nigeria scored big under former presidents Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, where they look at Obasanjo and say, okay, we cancel your debt cancellation. Remember that? Well, all this happened, and it ended out. He said he attempted to flex international muscle months after assuming office. He ended in humiliation after Emirates repudiated key prongs of an agreement he purportedly locked in following a meeting in Abu Dhabi in September 2023. Remember when he declared this, Abu Dhabi said, no, we don't sign any agreement. Remember when he went to Holland and said they have struck a deal. The people said, no, we don't strike any deal. All those kind of things, and that he needed to clear his image around based on that. So he paid $2.7 million for them to do that. I think that has since gone under the water from April last year till now. I think that Atiku is getting, the president is getting favorable then. So those lobbies are doing their job. All right, so the Nigerian economy has trended rapidly downward since Mr. Tinubu's inauguration in May 2023, and critics say he overfilled his cabinet with corrupt and incompetent politicians with limited contacts outside Nigeria. Atiku Badigu, infamous for helping former dictator Sani Abacha launder billions in stolen public funds in 1990s. This Bagudu, nothing good is ever associated with him. And Nyesom Wike, a lifelong alcoholic who did not flinch from the label. This is according to the People's Gazette, not me. And running and debasing key ministries, departments, and agencies. Now, these are the reasons why monies are being paid for lobbyists. I just wanted to clear this one. So back to the story of the $9 million. The $9 million was paid as, please, help us smoothing bilateral relationship between Nigeria and the United States government. Nigerian government in particular, not our country. We don't have a problem with the U.S., but the government of Nigeria, the people running the government of Nigeria, they have a lot to answer. And little wonder, everybody keep wondering, why hasn't the president visited the United States of America since he took office and traveled out all the time? Right now, he's not even in the country, but he has not visited the United States, not for a day. The only time Nigeria went there, Vice President went on behalf of Nigeria during the UN summit. So at the end of the day, what do you make of all these stories? So the $9 million is to smoothing bilateral relationship. While people are calling it a bribe, it's not a bribe. The government use lobbies all the time, either to buy weapons, to do transactions. The lobbies, they pay them huge money to do that job. So according to the report, that lobbies, the total amount of $9 million contract says every month, $750,000 is paid per month And that signature of Asta Liga Managing Director Oyetunji Olalekan. And this was done on the behest of the National Security Advisor. Let's get your comments on these particular stories. 0911 20022 or 0707 454 1014. Good morning.
Hello, Cosmos Barry and Barry Cosmos.
The senior citizen is back. Okay.
Okay, I can hear you.
All right.
Every other time I try, I don't hear you.
Hey, yeah.
Good morning, Barry.
Welcome,
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Barry, I'm not coughing.
You're clearing your throat.
That was the way my uncle, my father's elder brother, before he said anything important. Barry, let me beg you.
Okay.
When you are talking of $9 million, I don't know what amount you are talking of.
12.8 billion naira. 12.8 billion naira.
You are talking of billions of naira, eh? For someone to go and talk to someone on your behalf, okay?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
What is clear, in my village, the man who was taken from Venezuela, they will be calling him, in the village of my parents, I don't have a village. In the village of my parents, they will be calling him Nico.
Nico?
Nico. There will be no Nicolas. No. The reason America gives, I don't understand. They say the man is an illegitimate president. Because why he rigged the election and shot those who are accused and everything, so they removed him.
Okay.
He was a legitimate president by the laws of his country, not by the laws of America. Don't mistake it. What is clear, I don't have any gift of seeing. I'm not a prophet. I won't make myself one. Let nobody make me one. But what is clear is that what that means is that man disposes. Man
proposes, God disposes.
God disposes. That's the only way I can translate it to make sense. So don't get into whether it means funking leaf or anything. But the surprise for some of us, and most of us, in the next election, is that those who appear to be extremely strong may not be available to offer themselves. If they are available, may not offer themselves. And if they offer themselves, are sure that they will not go too far. Good morning, Barry. I don't know what I said. I'm not sure I know what I've said. Good morning, Barry.
Thank you very much.
I know, yes, America is still there to come in and take an illegitimate, by the laws of the country, Venezuela. The America is there to come and remove an illegitimate officer of the government. Thank you so much, Barry.
All right, thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Let's turn the volume on. Turn it down. Turn the volume on already. Turn it down. Thank you.
I'm turning down already.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome aboard.
Yes, this time I come from Baba Road.
All right.
I have when said the $9 million lobby to Republican lawmakers. They say, Brad, my brother takes now. What will they call it? After that, is it bribe?
Okay.
My brother, what will they call it? Bribe and the lobby. I don't know the same thing. Good morning, brother. Have a nice working day.
Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. God bless you very much for your contribution. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
I greet you.
My name is Herbert. I call from Port Harcourt Road.
Herbert, good morning.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, sir.
Thank you. Barry, the truth remains that the America you want to lobby to tell them what you want them to hear, they already have intel about you. Everything that happens in the country, they have it at the tip of their fingers. So what are you going to lobby them about? That is just waste of funds that would have been used to develop the country.
Mm-hmm.
On your question of why your president is not going to US, I kept asking that question last year and the year before. The handlers of Mr. President are here to answer us. But we all know why. Let him go and let's see whether he will return. Thank you. Have a nice day.
All right, to our Facebook, Chika Henry says, good morning, Barry Cosmos, the One on radio and the Okenza on radio. I salute you greatly. Today's topic clearly shows the kind of country we found ourselves and its leadership. They are sit tight, desperately wicked, and never willing to relinquish power, even if the followers are dying. This is the reason why some have decided to forget the election because it is all corruption. May God help these people. Henry Naji from Afama Market, Old Road, Nekade. Thank you. Arnold Seeker Wisdom says, good morning, distinguished eloquent Barry Cosmos, the Guru One, the radio marshal. He says, lobbying is a baptismal name for bribery. Well, on your mandate we shall stand. Praise singers will definitely put their defense to this $9 million bribery to the U.S. government. Nigeria set up. Let us jointly boot out this illegal government of APC by fire, by force. God already on our side. We will achieve victory because a new Nigeria is possible. Thank you. God bless Barry Cosmos. God bless Echo FM. Pastor Wisdom and Nosike from Oba Zimbieri. All right, we have Anne Pretty says, good morning, sir. Thank you very much, Anne Pretty. Padek Chidozenwosu says, he's texting from Umokano Haji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. Good morning, Barry. Lobbying or not, we need Trump to help us sanitize Nigeria. There is no gainsaying the fact that we are in a total mess. That is the message from Ampadek Nwosu. Keep the calls coming. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Echo FM.
Good morning to you. Welcome aboard, sir.
Yes, my name is Ahmed D. Mohammed. I'm calling from Umuguma.
And maybe go ahead, sire.
Yes. You know, I understand from what you read so far, the America have helped us to get, you know, some problem with our leader. So,
Okay.
maybe through the lobby of having to pass him through the certificate forgery and being drug baron and all that.
Okay.
So, but at the same time, sometimes we see the America like a send a nation. So, and if this $9 million is going to work, the lobby is going to work somehow. I don't know if it is called bribery in other way.
Okay.
So let them. They are going to choose now in between the Christian genocide and the TINUBU second term. So we are watching. Thank you very much.
Okay. Wow, what a way of putting it. So they have to choose between TINUBU second time and the genocide of killing Christians in Nigeria. Well, what a way, what a question. Good morning. Who there my line?
Hello, Barry Cosmos.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, brother.
Welcome. Go ahead. Name and submission.
The Canadian High Court that pronounced judgment against Nigerian government that the ruling party and the opposition party are terrorist organizations.
Okay.
Why didn't the federal government of Nigeria appeal against that judgment?
They were not joined in the
I'm
case.
asking you.
They were not joined in the case. They had no business appealing to a case they were not joined there.
Hello?
I said they were not joined in the case. How can they appeal a case that doesn't concern them?
Hello?
All right, it seems to me you're not hearing me. Hello? Good morning. Hello, can you hear me?
I'm not hearing you, sir.
All right, sorry about that. It's your network from your phone. Please do call us back. Do call us back if you can't hear me. There's no point talking. But that was asking a question if why they didn't appeal that judgment. How can you appeal a case you have no business with? Let's get our facts right. Good morning, Mr. Barry. My name is Felix Nwaozuzu, texting from Umuahimberi. The visa ban on Nigeria by Donald Trump of America is a welcome development. Insecurities in the world now is on an alarming rate. And finally, Sheyi Tinubu wanting to be governor will be a total failure just as his father. Thanks. All right. We have this one says, the good morning, Mr. Barry, our Udogu on radio. The government that came in 2023 till date has not changed its style of politics. It is anchored on lobbies from one point to another, internally and externally, from INEC, judicial, and top politicians in defection to global lobbies in the USA to allow them retain power beyond 2027. To the tune of $9 million, about 12.8 billion naira. This is one that is open to public domain. There are many transactions of such done unreported. It is high time Nigeria wake up from deep sleep of docility and face leadership challenge in governance squarely by selecting and electing right, competent, and compassionate Nigerians like His Excellency Peter Obi give us people-oriented governance in 2027. The ruling party and its government and center main concern is re-election at all costs without valued addition to the Nigerian people. Nigerians, arise now. Dr. Emmanuel in Owerri. Thank you very much, Dr. Imo. Mr. Barry, the radio presenter, is it in order for another country to invade another? It's like Donald Trump is biting more than he can chew, trying to cause crisis in the name of peace. Anyanso Kingsley from Obezi Egbema. All right, thank you very much. We also have this somebody, one name you don't see now, with they pay tax, they use them, they lobby. Oh, me tabo. These people deserve death sentence. Mars Bright from Ogbako. Mrs. Bright, it's been a long time. Have a good day. Where have you been, Mrs. Bright from Ogbako? All right, thank you very much for sending in that message. Let's get more calls now. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry Cosmos.
Good morning. That sounds like the Radio General. Welcome aboard.
Yes, you are very correct. You cannot mistake my voice.
All
Thank
right.
you. God bless you.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, for those who doesn't know, I know that I am JP, Radio General for Homo my local government.
All right.
Yeah, but bribing, I mean, if you ask me, I would say bribing Trump is like bribing God.
Away.
Because, yeah, if Trump determined to do something that he knows he has interest in that he is doing, or to stop something, you can never bribe him not to do that thing.
Mm.
They may go there to strengthen they can lobby to strengthen their relationship with America. Okay. Because since TINUBU assumed office, I don't think he has traveled to America. He knows the fear. Maybe he wants to clear the way. But then, that Trump will stop at anything for what he's doing already in Nigeria by trying to stop terrorists.
Mm.
I don't think they can bribe him not to stop terrorists. That means that they want the Muslim society to take over African nation, not only Nigeria. Thank you. I remain the Radio General.
The Radio General, thank you for your contribution. Okay, let's go a little bit deep into this conversation. Now, if you take a look at what has been happening, Donald Trump gave a condition: so long as Christians stop dying, they stop people from killing Christians, he's staying away. I asked a simple question: has the killing stopped? The killing has not stopped. Now, monies that are supposed to be used for the purpose of stopping these same Muslims from killing Christians, and I use as lobbying money. 12 billion. That can buy drones or surveillance equipment that will check where these people move, and then the Air Force and the Army and every other person can come in there. That is not done. Nobody's thinking about all this. My worry is that it's not as if this thing is you cannot do it. It's not undoable. It is very doable. Yet we don't want to do it. What we want to do is to always play politics. What will you gain? You have already answered the president. You have been, the history shows you as a president. Why don't you look at the people and see their plight for once? Giving a very good image or trying to get a good image from a bad image, it takes more than you can think. Even if you can convince persons today, one slight sleep, the whole story will awake. Bad news sell faster than a million good news. Everybody knows that. So what they're trying to do now, how can you claim that you want to sell a story, to write a letter, you're paying somebody $5,000 to write a letter, and then you're inviting them to come so you host them. This man, Riley Moore, came to Nigeria, visited the what is it called, the IDP camps. People are living as refugees in their own country when we are not at war. That is enough. And this is not like the refugee camp. Do we have refugee camps in Kebbi State, in Nasarawa State, in Borno State, where this whole thing started from, in Katsina State, where every day we are hearing this? Do we have refugee camps in this core Muslim, in Kano? Do we have refugee camps? Now, but if you come to the Christian-dominated areas, like Benue State, in Plateau State, in Taraba State, in places like Nasarawa State, there are refugee camps everywhere. These are all indications. You have not taken care of this. 9 million naira can rebuild a village. $9 million. It can rebuild a village. Settle them, put security, put police posts there, so that these people cannot come and attack them. That is not done. But it's to clear the image that matters to you. So these are the things that Nigerians keep wondering. Are you here to work, or are you just here to serve yourself? Well, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Let's go back to the phone lines now, get more calls. We are in the last lap of the show. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
Good morning, welcome aboard.
Yeah, my name is Odeme John Okon Titus.
All right.
Calling all the way from Okwayo.
All right.
Now, Barry, this matter touch mine. No.
Okay.
I will call this money where? What is the main figure of this money for Naira?
I said at 12.8 billion naira.
Barry, this money no varies to buy private jet to go fight Boko Haram or terrorists. Barry, I regret to be a Nigerian, to be honest with you.
But no regret to...
If I see them bury my placenta, I would dig up.
Oh.
I swear.
Oh.
Barry, this money confused me. Everything they confuse me.
My brother, no vex. Now so we'll see him. We'll go manage him. That is why when election comes and you sit down in your house and complain, if I vote, they go still do their thing. These are the kind of stories you will hear. So everybody, well, if you think Tinubu's government is doing well, go out there and vote him for a second time. If he thinks he's not doing well, go out there and vote him out. That's the only power you have. So stop complaining, everybody. Act. Stop being docile. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Barry.
I greet you.
I am amazing the gun for mobilization.
Welcome aboard.
To me, trying to paint Nigeria white will not help us. Because our president, his former activities before he became president, is on record. So how can he clear those ones? You know, once somebody record is dead, you cannot clear it because at a certain point somebody will refer to that place.
Yeah.
Because judiciary and we are bribed for not saying the truth. He could have been dropped when Atiku brought that case against him because the record is clear. So I don't see the need of us trying to cover what is wrong.
All right.
Then some of us who eat from that table now try to defend on something that's not defendable. Well, may God have mercy on us. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue to the last lap of the show. Good morning. Hello? All right, you cannot hear me. I can hear you. Now, let's get some messages on our WhatsApp. We have good morning, Barry. My name is Felix. I was texting from Umuehi Mberi. Tinubu and his APC government is just building a corrupt country. Imagine $9 million just to lobby and $5,000 just to write a letter. And I asked which way Nigeria. This one said lobbying is a mild way of presenting bribery. The lobbying firm, knowing the laws of the U.S., subtly use the funds to try influencing the congressmen and the media and launder the image of its client. The end is near for this enclave. Uroman from Owerri Municipal. This one say, Barrio, happy morning. There is nothing Nigerians will not hear from APC. Now they have opened another Pandora box for corruption and stealing in the name of lobbying America. I keep asking, after 2037, will Nigeria dissolve into the thin air? What a question. The crop of APC politicians, will they live in another country other than Nigeria after desecrating it? That's a question. Diego, that's how he puts it. Elder Chijoke from Irete, thank you very much for your message. Good morning.
Good morning, Guru One.
I greet you.
I love this topic this morning.
Thank you.
And this topic made me to understand that Nigeria are preparing, even defending terrorists more than the citizens. Because going for the lobby, that's a bribe. The bribe means that Trump should forget invading the terrorists, because that's the agenda of Trump, to protect the Christians. And the Nigerian government, they are going against that. Which means the government of Nigeria is a topical terrorist, working with terrorists, and they are not even for the masses. So they are against the masses and the citizens of this country. So I don't think if a reasonable Nigerian, I hope we should forget about anything pertaining government or the election and so on.
All right.
If they let them go on their own. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. If you are just joining us, this is Echo FM 100.7. Straight Talk it is with the Radio Marshal. Barry Cosmos, no bending corners on this show. As it be, and so we the talk. Today we are discussing $9 million U.S. lobbying contract by the TINUBU government to make sure Donald Trump does not invade Nigeria and embarrass the government of the APC. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
Welcome aboard.
Good morning. Yeah.
Kasim.
My name is Kazim. Yeah, thank you very much. God bless you. My name is Kazim. I'm calling from ALLEGE.
All right.
Yes. Let me choose more for this topic. TINUBU or Nigeria APC government pay America $9 million to bribe or something like that. Yes, my brother. This is what we need in Nigeria. Anything that is happening to us in Nigeria, we are the one that used to cause this problem. Because America, they be hypocrisy. They know what they can. They know what they can do. So if TINUBU pay them for this money, he can defend himself because we don't want let America to intervene anything with government. Because I know what America can do. You know what America did in Venezuela? But then go there and kidnap president of Venezuela and his wife. So the problem of the world today, not only Nigeria, is America. They like to put high in another country because of their resources. The same thing they want to go and do Iran, but what they do for Iran, they know Iran is not Venezuela. So let Americans, let them face their own problem in their country. Let them look what exists in Nigeria. Our problem today is America. Let me tell you the truth. If America not look what they do, this country, no matter any person that comes to be as a president of Nigeria, the same thing will still happen. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.
All right, thank you, Kasim. Kasim said the problem is America. America should leave us alone. Well, is America the one killing the Christians and killing the Muslims in Nigeria? Kasim, answer me that question. All right, this one's my beautiful morning. Once again, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cossi. It is completely uncalled for and unnecessary that this government, under the leadership of TINUBU, is, in spite of all the pains its reign has caused Nigerians, now coming to spend such a huge amount of money to bribe Trump from disrupting his unholy bid to come back in 2027. This shows that this APC government has feelings for the suffering masses. There is God, though. He is watching seriously. Isn't Lady Julie Nosike sending that one again? Well, this one that came in now says, hello, Mr. Barry Cosmos, and good morning. What do you think that will happen to Mr. President if he didn't defend his people? And do you know he is the one causing insecurity in Nigeria, so he must defend himself because he said Corrupt government, APC government is corrupt government. So corruption is their name. Thank you and God bless you. Well, that's the message. You didn't send your name, and you need to send your name when you're sending messages so we know who is sending in a message. All right, from your profile picture here, we're seeing Ihena Cho. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ihena Cho, for sending in your message. And of course, this is where we will be wrapping up after this caller, my last caller for today. Last caller, where did you run to? Who will be our last caller for today? All right. Good morning.
Barry, good morning. God bless you.
You are my last caller for today. Name and submission.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
And Chief Uriego Nukego, one of our husbands.
All right, carry go.
Barry, you have seen what is happening in this our country. A president giving American president $9 billion for not to come to do his work in Nigeria. Barry, let me ask you a question, please. Don't be offended.
Okay.
Barry, please, could you tell me, have you gained anything since the TINUBU resumed office 29th of May 2023? Have you seen anything good he has done to the Nigerians?
Well, I don't know what you mean by anything good. There are a few things he has done that are good. There are things that he has done that are not so good, but they are a work in progress. Don't you think so?
Okay, Barry, do you know the problem that I have in this Nigeria?
What is that?
Our vote does not count when we vote for the right person for us to rule us. You can see what is happening in Abia State now. OT is here because people voted for him, and that was the mind of the people. But the TINUBU forcefully took that office from Obi. Ever since then, nothing good has happened to Nigerians. And this attitude has shown the whole world that the TINUBU is the brain behind what is happening in Nigeria today. He is the person that's sponsoring bandits, Boko Haram, and the rest of them. That $9 billion is not enough to give military or buy weapons for military to chase this bandit and Boko Haram away. But we didn't even know what he's doing. All that he's doing now is he wants to return office in a year 2020. So that's what he is trying to do. But I am promising him, by the Almighty God, I believe, he must never slay that seat anymore. As far as God in heaven is concerned.
Thank you.
You see
Thank you.
People are perishing, hungry, are killing people. People are dying on daily basis for hunger. Yet TINUBU has the mind to give President of America $9 billion.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother. Time is no longer a friend, and that is where we are going to draw the curtain for today's program. Well, you've had the news, $9 million U.S. lobbying contract by TINUBU's government. That is no longer news now, you know. But definitely, there's nothing. Lobbying is part of governmental processes, and this one is to make sure that America does not invade Nigeria, and of course, to humiliate APC government and then scuttle his 2027 re-election and all that. So, well, thank you all for being part of the program. Let's do this again tomorrow for the weekend edition of the People's Program. It is Straight Talk live on Echo FM. Barry Cosmos is signing up. Next is the Slim Diva. And this accolade, they become accolade. Accolade, they do boost for me today. Can you imagine? Best Beauty and the Slim Diva are next with Health Revolution. Bye-bye for now.
Echo FM.
Echo FM, 100.7, the fresh news people.
Fellow Nigerians, let us talk about something that matters deeply to us.